This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
The arts take over downtown Hazleton in 2 weeks. We preview Art Youth Expo 8 next. It's another big HA Day. Hi, I'm Ken Kara with Ron Marchetti and John Eric Poli. You're watching us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in SD on Channel 13. And remember that Samsung Productions app lets you stream us on your TV with Apple TV and Google Chromecast. We're kicking it off because everyone has Cougar Mania right now. Hazleton area boys basketball team playing in the 6A state semifinal this weekend. Ron, give us some historical perspective. You have your shirt on for Hazleton High School. We're going to go back to 1927 when Hazleton won a state championship, and you said you don't even know, or maybe people don't know what gym they were using as their home gym.
Nobody could tell me where they played. 1927, the gym wasn't even built, and Hazel won the first state title. So their home gym had to be Greeby. Unless somebody could correct me on that, but Greeby said their capacity is about 90. So I don't know how, when they were the state champion team, people were, how they were falling. Like, look at the people today. I mean, 85% of the people are really senior citizens, and that's why we have to get them railings at our gym. Had to throw that in. And then they won again in 1938, and in 1944, they probably maybe had their greatest team, but they lost because Red Meinhold, their all-state center, got hurt in the semifinal or the Eastern Final because they were playing Lower Merion, and Coach Huey McGee wanted to give them a pounding. They were up by 30 points, and in the last 30 seconds of the game, Red Meinhold got hurt, and he was out for the game. So he missed the state championship game. Hazel only lost by 6 points.
All right, and Ronnie, I wanted to ask you, there's been a great fan following for this team. I overheard today a great story you told about Josh Samick, not even from Cougar fans possibly, maybe from the other team.
No, Josh Samick walked into the Abbey restaurant last Saturday, or maybe it was Sunday morning, but he got a standing ovation. And everybody's behind the team, and everybody's just going crazy. You know, as a matter of fact, the last game, I think Hazel probably played the greatest game ever in the history of their Cougar history, really. 94 points, everything went great. And if they would have played at Liberty, I think that would have a little disadvantage that they're playing in Freedom, but it doesn't matter. Hazel is like a locomotive out of control. They're just going to go all the way, my opinion.
And that was a big game for Josh Samick as well. Well-deserved that standing ovation after averaging. John, really quick keys, do you think, to the game this weekend? 1 p.m. at Bethlehem Freedom on Saturday against Lincoln.
All right, a few things. First one, got to stay out of foul trouble, and here's why. So the other team, big lineup right across the board, 6'7", couple 6'9" guys, a 7'1" guy who doesn't really play a lot, but still, they have the size. Hazleton area, you lose a 6'8" guy in Josh Samick, you wouldn't have a 6'8" guy coming off the bench to replace him. The other team does. They lose a 6'9" guy, they have a 6'9" guy coming back in. The next thing, free throws. In the Abington game, Abington got back into the game because Hazleton was going 1 of 2 on the free throw line late in the game. Abington would go down and hit, a bucket underneath, maybe sneak a 3 in there, making them able to come back into the game. So you have to make your free throws. And the last thing, finish strong. That's going to be a big thing. So far, the Cougars have done that all year. So just as long as they can finish the game, you don't want to see a game like this where all of a sudden it's a 7-point game, 2 minutes to go, and the other team has momentum and makes a real late run. They got to be able to be able, when you get into that situation, make that one big bucket that just puts the final nail in the coffin.
All right. Well, John will be at the game. You can follow us on Facebook for updates from there. We'll have a story on Monday. Let's now get to the news program. And Ron Marchetti will be back in sports with his Short Shot segment. Now here's your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Tomorrow, kids and families will participate in what's being called March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. to demand their lives and safety become a priority in the wake of more school shootings. Locally, the Hazleton Integration Project and other organizations are hosting a March for Our Lives event. It starts at noon at the Hazleton One Community Center. You can show up at 11:30. The march will start right at noon, and that's on 4th Street in Hazleton, and the march will end at Memorial Park. Everyone is welcome to attend, and you are asked to wear white, gray, or blue. For more information, visit facebook.com/Hazleton1. Bowl for Kids' Sake is tomorrow at the Bowl Arena in West Hazleton. Help out our local Big Brothers Big Sisters organization by signing up a team or making a donation. Their website is bbbsnepa.com/BFKS2018, and they will spell it out nice and easy for you right there. You can also just show up on Saturday. The event kicks off at 10 a.m. The first balls will be rolled out at 9:45 a.m. Art Youth Expo just keeps getting bigger. It really is an art takeover of downtown Hazleton, and we're going to need a few days just to preview the event. Here's part one with Lisa Sugart.
AYE 8, Art Youth Expo 8, is happening on April 5th, 6th, and 7th in downtown Hazleton. I can't believe it's 8 years since this originally started, and I'm lucky enough to have two of the founding fathers for this great event in downtown Hazleton. Carl Frankel, who is also a professor at Penn State Hazleton campus, and also Gina Dignazio. Now, Carl, did you think in your wildest dreams it would have grown as much as it has?
Well, as Gina said, we were hoping it would. Actually, we had huge plans. By now, we thought we might be a countrywide franchise or something like that. We really had big plans, and we have big plans for the future. But it's very gratifying to see what it's grown, how much it's grown. We keep getting new people who come to us, who want to contribute their talent and their specialties to the event, because this is supposed to be a festival for any kind of creative activity by young people. So it could be drama, it could be woodworking, it can be art, and if you bring your proposal to us, we will find a spot for you in AYE. It's a little late for AYE 8, but don't forget there will be an AYE 9.
Absolutely, and I believe you will take it to the next level as well, because a lot of talented people. Gina, you're going to be back to tell us more about specific events that are happening, but for right now, people need to know what is happening, starting with your kickoff on Thursday, April 5th.
Oh yeah, this is very exciting because this is completely new for us. We're having an artist panel discussion, and this will be Thursday night, April 5th at Lackawanna College. The facilitator and the brainchild of this panel discussion is E.B. Inca. He is a internationally known artist from Nigeria, and we're going to be discussing numerous topics. One of them is how artwork can affect the health of a community. And our artists will be talking about things that have worked locally as well as things that have worked in other parts of the world. So I'm really anxious to hear what they have to say.
And then this continues Friday and Saturday, so we don't want to give too much, but just a little tease that there's a lot of events coming up.
Oh yeah, Friday we have our opening reception, and we also have this really exciting music poetry performance event.
And they get to perform. The people watching here, they're invited to come perform.
Oh yeah, there's open mic night. And Saturday, we have quite a few things going on. There's the photo booth with Michael Delmonico. We have a mural workshop with Mary Veronica Sweeney. She's the artist responsible for that beautiful mural on Hazel Drugs.
Carl, who do you want to come out to this? This is for the entire area and beyond and all ages.
Exactly, it's for everybody. We try to style it that way. And our new event, the kickoff event, that's really for anybody who has bought into this vision that the planners of the new downtown Hazleton, how the arts can make us a better community and bring us together. And so if you're one of those people, if you see yourself as part of that you'd like to contribute or learn how you might contribute, we hope you come to this panel discussion. Good people who think that arts can build a community need to come together and make it happen.
They are definitely doing that, and arts are building the community right here in downtown Hazleton. A new location for the Hazleton Art League coming soon as well in the former Security Savings Bank building. A lot of great things happening, but you have to join in on AYE 8, happening in downtown Hazleton on April 5th, 6th, and 7th.
Thank you, Lisa. And to watch all of our SSPTV programming, remember to pick up the TV Weekly insert found in Sunday's Standard Speaker, and don't forget to clip the money-saving coupons as well. Coming up, we have a representative from PennDOT here to talk about the Real ID program and how it affects you, and it's Friday, so that means our popular Adopt Me segment with Chris Barkanek from the Hazleton Animal Shelter. This is SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
We've been hearing a lot about it, and we want an update on it, so of course we go to the experts on it. James May is here, Regional Press Director for PennDOT, talking about Real ID. So I know there's been an extension allowing people more time to get it, but what is this Real ID? I understand that it's for traveling purposes, but also for access to federal buildings.
It is, and just a really quick background on Real ID, how we got to this point. Right after September 11th took place, there were a lot of people who looked and said, we need to make some upgrades to our driver license system. We want it to be more secure. We want to make sure that people getting on airplanes are who we know are getting on airplanes. And so there was this push to make driver's license much more secure. The flip side of that, there was some concern that one, by doing that, it does make it safer, but it will make the lines at the driver's license, the DMV, much longer because there's a lot more that you have to do. You have to take actual birth certificates in when you update your information. And there was concern about how much information do we want to be giving to the federal government. So you had this debate back and forth between different people, different politicians, and both had valid concerns. And so Pennsylvania sort of got wrapped up in the middle of this, that the federal government came along and said, you have to have Real ID compliant driver's license. Pennsylvania said, hold on, not so fast, because we're concerned about the lines, we're concerned about Big Brother. And so you had this sort of back and forth. What is taking place now is the resolution that they came to. Right now, Pennsylvania is in an extension period that you don't have to have a Real ID driver's license yet. We do have an extension from the federal government, and they're going to make it voluntary. So if you want to so if you have concerns about the line's too long, or you have concerns about Big Brother, it's voluntary. But the federal government does say that to get on an airplane, you have to have a driver's license that is Real ID compliant. There's a lot of extra steps you have to go through with that. One of the things that we're finding right now is that a lot of people are getting a new driver's license, looking at it and seeing that it doesn't look like the old driver's license, and thinking, oh, this must be a Real ID compliant driver's license. If you have a Pennsylvania driver's license right now, you don't have a Real ID compliant driver's license because that has not been implemented yet. So what will take place is we're in an extension time period. We're looking at the end of 2018 as when they can start the whole process. One of the things that people can do right now, though, is you can start getting together your Social Security card, your passport, all of the information, a birth certificate with the raised emblem, a lot of the things that a lot of people didn't have prior to. You might not have your birth certificate in your closet upstairs. You might have to call away for that. Sometimes that will take up to 6 months to get done. And that is why, again, going back, why didn't they want to do this originally? It's those type of things. So it's going to be a big process. People can go into the DMV and either verify that we have all that information on file, which if you got your original driver's license in the last few years, we probably already have it on file. So you can go in and just make sure that we have it, and then you're marked as verified already. Or you can get all that information together. You can get that information, go to the PennDOT website, it'll kind of lay out everything that you need. And you can take that in and have them verify it so that when the time comes in the fall of 2018 that you're not waiting in the lines with everybody else. So that's one of the steps that you can be taking right now.
All right, so good advice, because we're all going to do it eventually, I would think. Most people are going to do it, unless you don't need to travel anywhere or you don't need to go anywhere that requires it. But best to have it.
And what it does is that even if you're traveling from here to, within the United States, if you're going to go down to Florida to Disney World and you're going to get on an airplane, you will have to have a Real ID compliant driver's license. So right now we're in an extension. You don't have to have it now, but eventually you will either have to have that or a passport just even to travel domestically. So it's best to get it. Eventually you will probably want to have it. If you any kind of traveling, if you go into any kind of federal buildings, you have to have that or a passport. A lot of people don't want to carry their passport everywhere, so it's going to be best to get it. So now is the time to go out and start making sure that you have all your paperwork in line, and then in the spring you can take all that paperwork, because if you order your birth certificate now, it may take 6 months, and then in the spring you can go into the DMV and they can verify that everything is on file for you.
All right, I know what I'm going to do. Great advice from James May from PennDOT, hopefully to get you informed about this Real ID.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
It's looking like a pretty nice weekend. Let's go to our weather forecast now from the National Weather Service. Tonight, some scattered flurries between 7 and 9 p.m., but partly cloudy with a low of 21 degrees. Saturday looks mostly sunny with a high in the mid-30s. Saturday night is partly cloudy, low of 19 degrees. Sunday, mostly sunny, high near 39, and then at night, mostly clear with a low of 21 degrees. Monday is sunny with a high of 42. At night, clear with a low of 21. Tuesday, mostly sunny, highs in the mid-40s, and then Tuesday night, 30% chance of snow showers after 2 a.m., mostly cloudy, low of 30 degrees. Green screen time, look at your midday winning lottery numbers for this Friday. Pick 2, 23, pick 3, 009, pick 4, 5590, pick 5, 58862. The wild number is 8. It's National Puppy Day. Let's celebrate at the Hazelton Animal Shelter.
Hello again. Here I have with me Holly. Holly is an approximately 6 to 9-year-old Chow Chow mix. Like all of our dogs, Holly here is already spayed, current on all of her vaccines, including her distemper and rabies shots. She's also been microchipped and tested for heartworm and Lyme disease and has come up negative for both. Despite a nice thick coat and a strong desire to play in the snow, Holly is not an outside dog. We recommend Holly for somebody who's had chows before and understands their personalities and their needs, and also somebody who doesn't mind a longer-haired dog with a little bit of grooming. We're not sure what she's like with other dogs, but as always, if you have a dog of your own, we'll always do a meet and greet and make sure they get along with each other. That's it for this week's dog. Let's have a look at our cats. And here I have with me Babylon. Babylon is an approximately 6 to 8-month-old kitten who, as you can see, loves people and loves to be held. Like all of the cats we have up for adoption, Babylon here is already neutered, current on his rabies and distemper vaccines, and has been tested for feline leukemia and FIV and come up negative for both. Here in the colony, he seems to do pretty well with the other cats, so we think he'd do okay in a house where there's already cats there. Aside from getting along with his feline friends, he really enjoys human company. That's it for this week's pets. If anybody at home is interested in adopting Holly, Babylon here, or any of the other animals we have up for adoption, please come on down to the Hazelton Animal Shelter here at 101 North Poplar Street.
Time now for sports on SSPTV News.
It was a strong end to her senior season for Hazelton Area High School bowler Jenna Raypatch. She finished 9th in the state at the High School Bowling State Championships held in Pittsburgh this month. Congratulations to Raypatch on another great season at Hazelton Area High School. Her pin total over 6 games, by the way, was 1,151. Now, we did a feature on Raypatch and some of the other Cougars who went to the Regional Bowling Championships earlier this season. You can see that on our YouTube channel for Samsung Productions. Check it out. There's a lot of good stuff there, a lot of playlists to go through. Speaking of good stuff, Ron Marchetti is back for a second time this newscast, and once again, he's talking about Hazelton Area High School basketball.
Welcome to our first spring short shots on this 4th full day after winter and 2 days after the 4th nor'easter of this past winter. Hi, everybody. On this eve before the PA 6A high school basketball state semifinal game. That to-be memorable game will finally be played tomorrow at 1 p.m. The suspense and drama has been building, not only between winning and losing, but when is this game going to be played? Mother of God, this was supposed to be the night before the state championship game, which now will be played on Wednesday at 8 p.m. in Hershey. But because of this snow, which is really playing with my nerves, the starting time of tomorrow's semifinal has been changed 3 times, and the site has also been changed. And it will be the first game of a doubleheader. But you know what? The longer it takes to play this game, the better I like the Cougars' chances. Now let's talk about what did happen this past week. Last Friday, Marian Catholic's Danny Berlitz, a junior, won the state swimming title at Bucknell University by capturing the gold medal in the 200-yard freestyle individual medley while breaking the pool and area record. He won by nearly 3 full seconds. It was a Berlitz blitz. Then on Saturday, Berlitz won the silver in the 500-yard freestyle. On the same day, but much later, at Bethlehem Liberty, the Hazelton Area boys basketball team may have played their finest game in Cougar b-ball history while defeating the Galloping Ghost of Abington out of Philly. The District 1 champion, 94-86. Josh Samick led the way with his career-high game 33 points with much help from a goal and supporting cast of Faison, Grula, Planutis, and Wolk. Planutis is 17 points shy of 1,000, and Samek is 31 short of 1,000. If they don't get it tomorrow, they should get another chance on Wednesday. And I, like I said before, I like the chances of that happening. I'm so glad that the PIAA finally made a smart move by having Hazelton play in the first game tomorrow. But it's still going to be a zoo. They'll be hanging from the rafters. Remember that Liberty Gym seats 5,000. The Freedom Gym in Bethlehem is not even close to that. And whatever you do, do not throw Hershey Kisses on the playing floor too soon. On Monday night, a technical foul was called on Hershey Kiss throwers. Abington Heights fans almost got their team a trip to Chocolatown. A foul was called on a desperation shot from the interstate. The same time Hershey Kisses were released from the crowd. The losing team got 4 shots, down by 3, 3 to tie, 4 to win. They made 3, but they missed the 4th shot. The game ended in a tie, and Abington luckily won in OT. I don't think that will happen, but I do think the Cougars will win tomorrow and then again on Wednesday. Let it be written. Let it be done. Till Monday, stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. The American Cancer Society will be having a Chinese auction on Sunday, March 25th at Lakeside Ballroom located on Route 54 in Barnesville. Doors open at 11:30 a.m. The auction drawing begins at 2:30 p.m. For more information, you can call 570-645-4228. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Wesley Beck of West Hazelton. Services will be private under the Turnbach Funeral Home in Hazelton. Francis B. Kavalik Sr. of Beaver Meadows. Mass is Monday at 10 a.m. at Saints Peter and Paul Byzantine Catholic Church in Beaver Meadows. Friends may call Sunday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home in Hazelton. George M. McCula of Harley. A gravesite service will be held Saturday at 12 p.m. at the Mountain View Cemetery in West Hazelton. The Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family. Martha E. Notero of Calairs. Mass is Monday at 11 a.m. at Church of All Saints in McAdoo. Friends may call Monday from 9 to 11 a.m. at the church. The Damiano Funeral Home in McAdoo is in charge of the arrangements. And Carl August Peter of Mountaintop. Services will be private. Attention pay-per-view subscribers! If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is James Nace of Beaver Meadows. Call now and leave a message at 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
So there was some confusion earlier in the newscast when I was talking with Ron Marchetti in the beginning. I asked him about Josh Samek, and I said there were opposing fans giving him a standing ovation. I thought Ronnie was saying the Abington restaurant. I think he was saying the Abbey restaurant, which is right here in Hazelton. So he was getting some hometown support. All of the Cougars ready for the game this weekend. Our John Eric Poli will be there, facebook.com/SSPTV News for updates on that one. And then John will have a story right here on Monday. New out of left field on Monday, by the way, as well at 8 p.m. as we'll talk with Paralympic athlete Stephanie Jallin, Joe Farley, who wrote a book about the last decade of basketball at St. Gabriel's High School, and so much more. I'll see you then. Have a good weekend. Take it easy, everyone.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.